Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Couch Surfing, episode 3. Great to have my good mate Dave Bainey in the US with us, and a special guest, Bernd Roediger. Yeah, boys. But no further ado, let's talk about some Olympics, mate.
Yeah, as far as surfing in the Olympics, I think it was really cool. What a great opportunity to get our sport in front of a lot of people. As far as stand-up paddling goes, it's a big step forward. Having surf made the cut. You can only see that stand-up paddling is going to eventually get there now. I think they did a really good job representing all the countries. It was super fun to watch Kanoa Igarashi make the final, almost take the win, ultimately finishing with the silver. Thought that was really cool for him. Awesome. Carissa Moore from the USA could win the first ever women's gold surfing. That's got to be a big moment for her. But yeah, everything about it was super cool. I love that it was in the ocean, and can't wait to see stand-up paddling.
But yeah, so Justin, looks like we got a special guest, the handsome Flow State Master Bernd Roediger from Maui on the show. But Bernd, we want to catch up, man. What's been going on? We know that you are a highly talented SUP surfer, and one of the unique things about yourself, you like to go switch. You go goofy foot and regular foot. I'm a goofy footer. Justin's a regular footer. How are you cool enough to do both?
It was a product, I think, of being taught how to surf by somebody who didn't know how to surf. And, you know, I love my dad, but he told me that if you're going left, you go goofy, and if you're going right, you go regular foot. And we kind of held to that for like the first year, and then started looking around and realizing that wasn't the thing that anybody else was doing.
I always thought it was the windsurf answer, but I like that more in-depth personal answer.
I struggle to do one side, going one way, let alone trying to switch it up. Ridiculously insane.
So do you prefer backhand surfing to switching and facing the wave every time? Like, when do you make those decisions to switch or to go backhand, goofy versus regular? I mean, there's so many variables. I'm confused. I can't even think about doing all that.
I love to ride switch, and I just can't make it happen going goofy when I compete. But I love it so much. Yeah. And I've had some of my best sessions ever going goofy. So I know that when it comes to like my experience of surfing, and like the way that I approach a wave going goofy, I love it. But then I get nervous when I'm competing, and I just kind of always seem to go regular, unless I'm feeling really good that day, and then I'll be like, all right, I'm gonna throw in some goofy foot surfing in there, So I think it helps you think about surfing in a broader sense, where it's like, yeah, there's competing, and there's your performance-based, kind of objective, how good am I at surfing? And then there's everything else, which is how much do you enjoy it? How much, does it open up, the way that you think about riding a wave? And I mean, honestly, riding your asymmetric boards has opened up that dimension for me a lot, because, you feel a board that in itself has two different personalities that are coming together. And that's what it feels. That's what it feels like when you surf switch. You feel a little like you have borderline personality disorder, and yeah, you get to experience so many different intricacies, and yeah, there's a lot of room for creativity and stuff, which I like.
Does it sort of like depend on the wave as well? Like, let's say sunset, like you're thinking, I'm not gonna, okay, today it looks a bit gnarly and a bit evil, I'm just gonna stay natural because it's going to suit me better. I'm not going to try and take that gamble on my backhand out there,
Oh yeah, for sure. And it's really interesting, because I definitely see it a lot with paddleboarding, where people just look so good on their backhand. Like, and I think it has to do, with the paddle and the ability to use it as a tool. People just look so sharp on their, backhand bottom turn, and then kind of like banging off the top and being able to drift the tail and stuff like that. People look disproportionately better on their backhand in a lot of different waves, and we've seen that in a lot of different competitions and stuff. So there's definitely been times when I've chosen to approach a wave on my backhand just because I know, like, there's just that extra element of, you know, pizzazz that you get when you know, are using.
You know, we've been seeing you in a lot of places, and I can see at the moment you're in some kind of van. Where are you hiding, mate? Where are you in the world right now?
So I got back from Costa Rica, which was extremely fun. I spent about a month there, pretty much surfing every day, and it was my first time to the country, so I was really excited. Got to do a lot of filming, got to do a lot of shooting.
Yep. So Ben, right on, man. Let's transition into let's talk about the tour coming up. The APP World Surfing Tour has been announced. Obviously, the dates have been kind of in limbo there for a while, but it does look like Morocco is going to happen, and Morocco is slated to be the opening round for the tour. So, first of all, have you ever been to Morocco? Have you surfed that wave? Second, obviously, it's the land of right-hand point breaks.
Yep. It's pretty cool that the first event's going to be in Morocco. That place has always been really special to me. I've actually been twice. Once was for an APP event. It was a really cool, like, Location X event where we got to travel and do actually a few different really cool waves, including Anchor Point. So I'm always going to remember that, and that was an awesome experience on the APP. And before that, my very first time to Morocco was for, like, it was like a multi-sport competition, actually in Dakhla, which I believe that's where the event is going to happen. And that place just absolutely blew my mind. I mean, so when I heard that it was going to be in Dakhla, I immediately lit up because I was like, man, I cannot wait to get back there. That wave really is so fun, so forgiving. And I think that a lot of different people, you know, regular foot, goofy foot, whatever, a lot of people are going to do really well in that venue.
Right on.
So, yeah, well.
So Ben, you know, aside from you know, Morocco and how sick that's going to be, you know, you've been riding a fair few different boards over the past few years, and I've just heard you're, you know, you've joined Dave and the team at Infinity. What drew you to Infinity and Dave in particular?
Oh, I'm so stoked to be on Infinity. I mean, honestly, it was something that I wanted to do for like years and years. Pretty much since like the first year that I started competing on the APP World Tour. And, you know, I got to meet all of these athletes from around the world and see all of these, you know, different designs and different boards that people were coming to the competitions with. And having like Infinity just sort of like stand out as its very own unique, you know, original kind of brand. I definitely feel like it didn't matter what team you were on, you were experiencing a little bit of board envy when you saw a new Infinity. That custom surf side of their brand is just so tight. But then, you know, there's so many other, you know, qualities about Infinity that I really admire, that I really wanted to be a part of. You know, their team is super intimate, very close, and always seems to have kind of like a squad vibe to it. So I was excited about that. And then, yeah, their race boards, you know, being able to experiment and kind of pick Dave's brain when it comes to new concepts, new ideas, new shapes, because he is the kind of guy that's gonna embrace novelty and, you know, go with an experiment and really try it for all that it's worth.
And kind of is like the perfect guy I like to make a board for, you know, like his mind is so open. Just the way he approaches a wave there's no like limitations to it, you know? And obviously he's so talented, he could write anything and I could get like real feedback. And once I had the opportunity to make him a board, I knew that ASIM was the very first one I wanted to make for him. And I knew he was so it's always fun to have things that I'm writing myself that maybe some people won't, you know, latch onto or give it a chance, to give it to somebody that I know at least is going to give it that chance, right? And then so Bant was like the perfect kind of springboard for ideas that I've been writing myself, but necessarily couldn't get other team riders to kind of dive in on. So it's been equally as exciting and fun for me.
I was just about to say, I thought, I think it was a good fit. I think it's a great fit for your team. I think Bant's just, for me, and what you actually do, Dave, is he's, like the perfect test pilot and instant feedback from someone like Bant. So congrats to you guys. I think you've got a solid team, Dave, and Bant's just enhanced it even more now. So, yeah, thanks, Dave. Thanks, Bant. It's been great.